I'm Aria and welcome to another speed build. So today I wanted to build something that I didn't really have to think too much about. And after we got the updated swatches from the base game a couple of days ago, I thought it was a good opportunity to try and build a base game only home. I don't think I've ever done this on the channel before. I have done it before I started, but they weren't very good, so don't go looking for them because they're not good. But I had a couple of inspiration pictures in mind for this build. I think I tried like 3 or 4 different pictures and I didn't really like any of them, and I don't know whether that was anything to do with the wall coverings that we have in the base game. The style that I wanted to build was more like other packs. The base game didn't really have the right swatches and things that I wanted, or the right wall coverings that I wanted, so I ended up scrapping like 3 other builds. But this one, I really liked the look of this one. It's kind of like a Tudor-y style home, which I do really enjoy building, like medieval style builds, and I think the Tudor style has similarities in some ways, so I thought it was, you know, very similar and I could definitely build it without really thinking too much about it. And so this is what I came up with. So the wooden kind of panels that we have in Get Together are what I really wanted, but obviously with the base game we don't have those. So this one that I've used, I think it's meant to be for inside. It's not really like an external wallpaper, but I thought it kind of did the job. I think it looks okay. And I think once I've finished, you can't even really tell that it's like meant to be for inside. I think it looks really nice. So I'm working on the floor plan now. This ends up being a 3-bedroom home. I hadn't planned on it being 3 bedrooms, but when we get to do upstairs, the front section that I kind of walled off first, it ended up being a bit of a weird shape, and I couldn't just have like one long room, so I thought it would be good for a toddler room and a bathroom, which is what I've done. So it is 3 bedrooms. There's a double room, like a room with a double bed, sorry, a room with 2 single beds in like a bunk bed kind of style, and then a little toddler room. And I think they're, you know, they're not very big, but I think they are decent size for playing. And I've included a pool in the back garden and a little barbecue area, and on this back deck here I've put I think I put a chest table and then some little gardening planter boxes. I didn't really know what to put there, so I just kind of filled in the gap. But yeah, I haven't really built base game before on the channel, at least. I find it very challenging. I do enjoy challenges, but more so budget challenges and pack restriction challenges, and then I think like base game challenges would probably be my least favorite. I tend to do when I do like pack restricted challenges, I rely heavily on the pack itself when I'm furnishing and things, so there's not very much base game. It's only, you know, the things that we don't have in the pack. But I did actually enjoy this after I'd kind of gotten an hour or so into it. I don't know, maybe I was just doubting myself that I could even do it, but yeah, I did really enjoy it. I didn't miss that much, you know, as much as I thought I was going to miss other items. I didn't really miss them that much. There was more so like little clutter items that I think, oh, I could have like done with that, or especially in the kitchen. Actually, when we get into the like decorating the kitchen or adding like the tiny little details in the kitchen, there were a couple things that I thought like, oh, I really wanted, like the dish rack, and there was like a couple other different items. The chopping board, for example, I really wanted the chopping board, and just little things like that, that when you're actually playing the game you don't even notice them. They don't offer anything to gameplay, it's purely decorative, but as a builder I think I did kind of miss them a little bit. The rest of you know, in terms of the other items that I kind of thought, oh, I could have used that, they kind of were like a fleeting thought, if that makes sense. Like, I thought, oh, I could use this. Oh, no, I can't. It's not in the base game. Never mind, you know, and then moved on. It wasn't really something that I gave too much thought about. But yeah, as for the landscaping, it's all base game. I think I always use base game debug landscaping anyway. This tree that I've just put down, it's really pretty in the autumn. But it does change colour when you move it, which I think was interesting. So there are a couple of other trees that also do the same thing, which is a little bit strange, but I think they look really pretty. Obviously, base game wouldn't include these colours because this is actually set in autumn, but you know, that doesn't really mean anything. It's literally just a visual thing, I think. So here I am using these little, like, I think they're meant to be packages, and then for some reason they've added different swatches in, but they look like little, like, stones to me, and I thought it would be really nice to kind of mirror what was on the other bump outs on this one. I did look for like this kind of decorative style in an existing wallpaper, like with the brick, but we don't have anything like that. There is like a plain one, but I wanted this brick specifically because this is one of the updated ones that we had, and I just really like it. This was the only bump out that I had with this stone. The rest of it's on like the main body of the building, so I thought it was okay just to include it on this one section since it's on the front. So I put down all of the like big main furniture pieces first so that I could figure out what room was going to be where, and to make sure that I'd actually, you know, made it big enough and things, and then ended up doing the landscaping before I then went back inside. So it's a little bit chaotic. I haven't cut anything out of this, so you can see my entire, you know, building process, and it is chaotic. I jump around between different rooms, between different categories, all over the place, and I need to learn to do like one room and then move on to the next room once it's finished, instead of just jumping around all over the place. It's probably easier for me to keep track of, and it would be probably nicer to watch too. But I was unsure. I couldn't really remember like what came in what pack, what was base game, what was not base game. So I was just looking through the different categories and then ended up just going through the, it's more, to be honest, it's more the like little details, the like decorations categories that I was going through, and then adding whatever I found to each room, going through the category that way instead of just going through by room. I was quite pleased that this floor like paint blends in really nicely with the tile, but then it obviously doesn't blend in with this dirt, which is what I wanted, so I ended up changing all of it to like the terrain paint version of the floor tile. It seems a bit strange to me, and I know other people feel the same way, that you have like a painted tile on the floor, because it usually they have quite a sharp edge to it instead of having like a soft blurry edge. But I do like when you kind of blend it in with the dirt, because often if you see this kind of tile on the floor in real life, or like brick in real life, then if it's next to a flower bed, then the dirt kind of spills out anyway. So I think it looks okay if you don't really pay too much attention to it. So on this back deck here, I added some nice flowers on the top. I'm not really sure how that would work, because obviously they would all just fall through underneath, but I still think it looks nice anyway. I put the planter boxes out there, and then I think it's after I've stopped recording, I end up putting one of the chess tables out there. We have loads of new swatches for those, which I think is really nice. I did kind of miss the water swatch. I think it's from Get Together. It's like really almost like crystally clear water, and I think it looks really nice. It's slightly darker than this one, but to be honest, you don't really notice it that much if you not used to it. So I think it looks okay. I added a little what's it called, barbecue area out here. To be honest, if I was playing in this house, I probably wouldn't have included it because my Sims like to just they choose to barbecue over getting like normal food out of the fridge, which is kind of annoying. And sometimes I have Sims come over as like a guest and then they constantly grill the I don't know what they're actually called, but the things that we get with Outdoor Retreat, those like herbal remedies, they're constantly making those, and then I end up with these pots of stinky stuff everywhere. It's very annoying. But we are working on the kitchen now. I originally wanted to use one of the new swatches from the update. I did think about this grey one because I thought it was really nice. To be honest, it doesn't match the rest of the house at all, which is one of the reasons why I changed it. But the other reason is because of these cabinets. I don't know if you can see, but they have like a weird colour glitch on the top, and it's very strange, and I don't really know. I thought it was my Reshade at first, so when I go into the lounge room, one of the wallpapers does the same thing, so I quickly turn the Reshade off, thinking that it's the Reshade, but it's not. It's actually in the item, which is odd. So I ended up changing it to these cabinets and counters, which didn't receive an update, but to be honest, I don't think they need one. I really like the colours that they come in already, and this brown one is just, you know, it's a really nice colour, so I'm quite pleased that this one is in the game already. But then I end up putting the kitchen up onto a platform a little bit later, and I end up changing the tool cupboard out to a smaller one because it just kind of didn't fit. I don't know if you could see there with the wallpaper in the lounge room. I do go back in and kind of have a better look at it. It's got like a weird color glitch on it. I'm not sure what it is, but it's like, I don't know, it's just very strange. So I end up changing it to this one, and I actually really like this one. It's quite, I don't know, to me it's got like a more of like an autumny feel to it because it's quite dark, but then the yellow is, I don't know, a little bit more cozy than if it was white. But I do like the color combination, so I use this kind of pretty much all over the place. I did keep the blue in like the hallway areas and the stairwell and the landing upstairs because I just liked the look of it. It was a little bit calmer, I think, and I don't know, I just really like it. The same with the tile and brick flooring that I've used in the entryways. I think they're kind of like mudrooms. They would probably be the areas that I would add like laundry items to, so like a washing machine probably in the back mudroom. But obviously we don't have laundry facilities in the base game, so I've just put like a couple of different items down there. I think I've put like a counter and maybe like a shoe rack and some other things. So these curtains are the ones that received an update. I think most of the curtains did actually, but the ones that came with the toddler update are the ones that I really like the style of the most. And to be honest, if they just gave us an update with updated color swatches of those curtains, I would be happy because I want to use them all the time, because you know, you can add them over loads of different size windows and they still look okay, whereas some of the other ones, they're only for like a single pane window or like a double pane window, and they're just not very usable in my opinion. When you've got like custom windows that you've made, I don't know, say you've got 3 of these windows that you want to put together and then no curtains fit, you have to use like individual ones. Whereas if you use the ones that came with the toddler update, they would fit perfectly. But up until, you know, now they only came in like, I don't know, kid appropriate colors for like a child's room or a toddler's room, whereas now you can use them everywhere, which I am so happy about because I literally have used them like all over the place. There was a couple rooms that I haven't used them, like the dining room for example, because it's a single paned window, so like, I don't know if that's the correct way of saying it, single paned window, probably not. But it's a single window, so it kind of doesn't really work properly, but these ones that I've used also received an update. So I'm really happy about that. I really struggled trying to find a rug for this section here where the dining room is. It's quite small, and I thought about making it slightly wider, but then it wouldn't have really fit on this lot, and I kind of wanted it on this lot. It actually has a really nice gallery thumbnail, which I'm really pleased with, so I didn't want to change it too much. And to be honest, I don't think there is a lot in any of the base game worlds that is like a 30 by 40, but it's more landscape than, like, I think most of them are all like portrait style lots, which is okay, but when you want to build a house like long ways, it doesn't really work properly. It's okay if you've done it like how I have here, where you've got like the garden behind it, but if you wanted to do, say, I don't know, like a garage on the side of the house, or like a make-believe garage on the side of the house, it's a little bit more difficult if you want it to still look nice on the gallery, because you'd end up with, you know, a thumbnail of the side of the house, which is not really what you want. It's not ideal. But, you know, we've been wishing for a gallery update for a while, and to be honest, I'm not sure whether we're going to get it at this point. It's already like 7 years old, so yeah, maybe next time, maybe in the next game. So down here I added a little like toilet area. There is a full-size bathroom upstairs, but I thought it would be nice just to have a small bathroom or a small toilet room near the entrance of the house, because sometimes when you're on your way out, you just quickly need to nip into the loo and you don't want to go all the way back upstairs into the bathroom. And it's always a good idea, I think, if you have a family home or a house that has multiple Sims in it, to have a choice of bathrooms, because otherwise you end up with accidents from people in the bath or the shower, and then they can't get in to use the toilet, and it's just a whole mess. So I think it's good to have at least two, and then they have an option. So this entryway ended up being quite a bit bigger than I probably would have intended, but that's just how the floor plan worked out. And to be honest, I don't really know what else I would have included anyway. So there's just a little seating area in here, and then a couple of decorative items. I think I've put the coat rack. I probably would have included like the umbrellas, but we don't have that in the base game, so that's fine. I think, to be honest, there's more than enough decorative items that we don't really need multiple packs to furnish a house really nicely, which is something I have learned during building this. I'm not sure how many more base game builds I will do in the future, but you know, maybe if someone requests one, then I'll do one, but maybe not by choice. Just because I had to keep on changing the filter to include base game, and it was just, I wish that once you click base game it would then stay, but if you use the eyedropper tool to clone things, then it like takes the filter off, and it's really annoying. But anyway, up here in like the main bedroom, I did struggle with trying to find small like side tables and end tables to fit in this little gap. Your Sims can use the bed if you use a 3-tile wide room with a double bed, like they don't have any problem getting to the bed, but finding tables that actually fit is really tricky. So I ended up sizing down some kitchen counters and kind of clipping them into the wall. Since this is built into the roof, it doesn't really matter that they clip, you can't see them from the outside, so I think they just look really nice. They're quite small, and it just, I don't know, adds something a little bit different. I'm not sure if anyone else has noticed, but I definitely did when I was building this, is that I really like building in the roof, and I've done that for quite a lot of my other builds as well. And I don't know why, but for me, when I look at a 2-story house with a roof on it in The Sims, it looks really strange, and it looks like it's really tall, and just, I don't know, it just looks odd to me. So if I can build a 2-story house with the top floor built into the roof, I think it looks a lot better. The rooms end up a little bit of a strange shape sometimes, and you know, I mean, I've played in houses like this and I don't have any issues playing in them. But I'm not sure what other people think. But I really like building like this. I think they look a lot nicer, especially in like the gallery and things, because when you look at gallery thumbnails, a two-story house with a roof on it, it tends to make the camera jump way back, even to the other side of the road. Sometimes things clip in front of it and it just doesn't, it's not very good if you want people to, you know, have a look at your lots that you've uploaded and maybe download them and play in them. If you've got things in front of them, to me, it's just a shame because you want to get a nice look at them without like downloading them and then wasting time. Because I mean, I don't know what other people think, but you know, whenever I've tried to download things off the gallery, my internet just, I don't know whether it's even my internet, to be honest, but my game just does not like to connect to the gallery for some reason. And it's definitely not my internet actually, because I watch YouTube whilst I'm building and I have no problems, it's just the gallery. So that's another reason why I offer my tray files for anybody, because if I have issues with the gallery, then I know other people probably do too. So yeah. Speaking of, they can be found on Tumblr. The link to my link tree is in the description, which has links to all of the different places that I am, and Tumblr is on there, so you'll find them. I usually update upload the post, on Tumblr very shortly after I upload the video, so you know, by the time you finish watching, I think they'll probably be there for you if you want to download it. Anyway, in the toddler room, I really liked the tree that we have. It's kind of like a wall decal thing, and I liked doing this before. I did it in one of my own gameplays. I don't think I uploaded the build because I literally just built it as I was playing, but I've done this with the tree, and then I've taken like pictures of all the family members and put them on the different branches of the tree in the kids' room, and I think it looks really nice. Unfortunately, we can't upload photographs to the gallery without it being flagged as CC, I think. At least whenever I've tried to do that, it's flagged it as CC for some reason. But with the update that we got a couple of months ago now, I think, we got some new swatches with some of the base game pictures that we had. One of them was that one, and it's got like loads of different people on it now, which is really nice for trying to create something like that. And I don't know, I like the look of it, just having like a little pictures of family and things on a tree. To be honest, I am like obsessed with family trees, so I think that's probably why I like it. But we are starting to add all of the different like decorative pieces now. I've fully furnished some rooms, and then other rooms are still very kind of bare of decoration, so this is kind of what I'm doing right now. There was a couple of things, oh, that was terrible English. There were a couple of things that I didn't really know where to put. So you'll see me kind of jump around in different rooms trying to figure out where I wanted them. Specifically, the item that I currently have under the stairs, it didn't really look right, so I ended up changing it to this cupboard, and then I put it in the like entryway. I changed the corner that it's in a couple times because I didn't really know either. But in here is the little office. I thought it was a really strange little tiny space. I probably would have turned it into a bathroom, which I think if you wanted an extra room in this house, this is kind of the perfect place for maybe like a grandparent's suite, because this room is big enough that you can have like a double bed in it. You just change the archway to a doorway, and then the little room that I've put as an office you could change into a bathroom. So I think that's definitely an option if you want an extra bedroom. There are a couple of things that I had to change when I playtested this, so there's some things that are slightly different when it comes to if you download it on the gallery or the tray files. They're slightly different, but I think it still pretty much looks exactly the same. But I actually, like I said earlier, I really enjoyed doing this. I would like to do one again in the future, but I'm not sure when. But we will see. But anyway, we are coming to the end of today's video, or at least of me talking to you. So I really hope that you have enjoyed today's video. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I really hope that you have enjoyed it. So yeah, like I said, it's on the gallery if you would like to download it. My ID is AriaFaeYT. And the tray files will be on Tumblr. You can find a link to that in the description. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will speak to you all next time. Bye everyone!
There's no place I'd rather be than here with you. That's all I need. There's no one I'd rather see.